I'm Priya Patil from first year, Center for Livelihood and Social Innovation, CLSI. So I've done my undergrad in BSc in Agriculture.
Hello everyone, my name is Fabian Major, second year student of the same center. I've done my Bachelor's of Business Administration from IP University in Delhi, and then was working at Ernst & Young for a year, and then I decided to make the switch to the social sector, and this served the platform for it.
Hi all, I'm Kanika Srivastava. I'm from CLSI second year, and for my undergrad I did my engineering in computer science from Lovely Professional University, Punjab, and post that I worked for 1.5 years in Cognizant Technology Solutions, and after that, as Fabian said, I also wanted to switch my sector, so I shifted to social sector, and this being serving a very good opportunity with variant courses, I came into this particular course of livelihoods and social innovation.
So Priya, what has your experience been like throughout the first year of this course?
Entire 1 year was very exciting with this course. So the faculty here for CLSI is very amazing, I would say. So we had a very nice combination of subjects wherein we studied in first semester subject like Introduction to Human Economy, and then in second year we studied the subject called LUVA, so that is Livelihood, Uncertainties, Vulnerabilities and Adaptation. So you study about different groups which are marginal and which are vulnerable, and then you study how you deal with them or work along with them for building up some good output of it. So personally I was very confused during the admissions regarding two courses, that was social entrepreneurship and livelihood and social entrepreneurship, because of the similar kind of terminologies they were having. So the course which is social entrepreneurship, it is under School of Management, and livelihood and social entrepreneurship, it comes under School of Social Work. So both these courses are different in terms of what they teach. So they teach to build your own enterprise by the time you pass out from TISS, and here in social work we are taught how we work along with the marginal groups, and then have a participatory approach for it. So this is what I understood in 1 year. So I would like to ask my seniors how they have and what has been their journey since last 2 years.
So I'd first like to tell Priya, I'd like to just add to your point that the difference between the social entrepreneurship course and our course. Even I was confused when I was applying for these courses. So because my initial interest was towards social entrepreneurship. So their course is more focused on creating an enterprise with the community. And the focus is more on a market-centric solution. The difference in our course, how our course is different is that our course follows it does emphasize on a market-based solution, but it also emphasizes on community participation, on having a participatory approach. Where, say, if we talk about the post and pre-liberalization spheres of social innovation, where pre-liberalization in India before 1991, the focus was more on developing community enterprises, where we saw a lot of initiatives such as Barefoot College and others. So, and then slowly after that, the focus was more towards market-centric solutions. So our course emphasizes on both these things, where the focus is on creating market-based solutions, but the approach for that is to make the community themselves, take the initiative up for doing such things, and we act as facilitators in this process.
As both of them shared, I would say I'll not try and draft a comparison between the two courses, but I'll just talk about how livelihoods and social enterprise actually function in the 2 years. So this is a course, you can expect it to be a course where it is a praxis-based course, where both the theory and practice will go hand in hand in the 2 years. The first 2 semesters, as Priya suggested, doesn't involve a lot of courses coming from this course, because that is how test functions. So the first year is more like a generic understanding of what social work is, which is good also because people are coming from various backgrounds where they don't have an understanding of how social work functions and what are the different nuances of it. But that is the general structure of what you get in the first year, with understanding and more of a community need analysis, as well as an empathy building, that how when you go into a community and how would you actually function with them, how would you talk to them, and how would you engage with them. This is largely the aim in the first 2 semesters that people they tell you. And when you come to the last 2 semesters, it is more centric to the particular course that you are enrolled in, and in that it is a hand-in-hand path where you are learning a theory and you're also side by side applying it on the field. So it's and I should not say this that it is hand in hand, because first you're doing the practical part, and then along with that you are mapping it to the theoretical part. So it becomes very clear also that whatever you are doing is not only theoretical, it is not only on paper, but something is getting materialized as well. So this gives us the understanding also about that how when you actually try and implement certain things on field, what kind of difficulties you face, what kind of people you try and meet. So it gives a very overall understanding of that. And yeah, so I would like to ask you, like Priya, you have been for your field works.
Yeah.
So it must not be in the same center, because in this first year's field work is different. But what was it about?
So like Kanika mentioned, so the first year field work which we get, it's not from our own specialization. So we are supposed to take field work apart from our own specialization. So I had a very different kind of experience in my field work. So first year field work, it depends, and you will be allotted according to your broader interest areas. So you have a very broader option area, I would say, for first year field work. But then in second year, you will be placed according to your own specialization. So I would say they have a very good experience of second year. I can't say anything about second year. So
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, how was your experience?
Yeah, so exactly according that, every person's experience, like whatever batch we come into this in a particular course like CLSI, every individual has a very different kind of an experience. So I should not color your opinion by telling my or he's sharing exactly what we faced in terms of our fieldwork. But yes, we can guarantee you in the fact that you get a lot of options to explore, because there are a lot many fieldwork as compared to the rest of the courses. So on and off you get different field settings to work upon. So I guess we can also talk about that how the people who are trying for the this course and are gonna sit for the PIT and PI can actually look forward to. Pavan, would you like to share something?
Okay, so my PIT experience, as far as I remember, they haven't. So like, could we tell like what was there in the PIT and PI? So like in the PIT, there's a written test where they, in our time, we were asked to write an essay, and then there was a caselet. We had to like answer 5 questions on that, and then the interview was there, which was a great experience. The faculty. So since I was from the corporate sector, so I was asked questions like why this switch, and what was my thinking behind making this switch. So you should be aware, and even about my graduation subjects, which were mainly focused on business aspects. So they were
Yeah, so I guess in TIS, like when you especially come for an interview here for courses like what we are pursuing here, so you should actually focus on one thing, and that is you, because it's all that interview is gonna be all about you, what you have done by far. And it's nothing is going to come out of syllabus, because it is based upon all your experiences, all your surroundings where you were. So it has got nothing to do which you don't know of. So just keep your calm and just be very thorough with whatever your surroundings are, what you are into, and nobody expects you to be an expert. But yeah, at least for example, as he said, even I belong to a corporate sector, and my interview was largely based upon that why I was switching, and why the place I was living in at that time. A lot of questions came from that. So it also talks about that how vigilant are you actually from the surrounding social things which are happening. It doesn't talk about the larger social problem which are going on. It is okay if you don't know about it, but at least the next to you things which are happening are very important.
Yeah. So I had a very different experience, I would say, from both of them, because they had somewhere a similar kind of background. So because I did my bachelor's in BSc in agriculture, so I had an exposure to rural areas more than a corporate area. So most of my questions in my interview were related to agriculture, agrarian crisis, and what all is there right now. So when I appeared for my interview, it was the time when the Nasik farmers they came to Mumbai for the strike. So you should know about what is going on and related to your own field. And then also most of the questions will be revolving around what you have filled up in your DAF. So that is what I would say, that focus on what you have filled, how you have filled, how you have framed yourself, and what kind of a pen picture you are creating about yourself, and then just be yourself.
Yeah, don't write something which you're not on the DAF, because they're going to question you, because the DAF, when you're going to step in the interview room, they for a couple of minutes they're going to just skim through your DAF, and on the basis of that they're going to ask questions. So don't put anything, put what you have actually done, what you actually stand for.
Yeah, I guess the best way, I know it will sound very, very easy in terms of, since you're appearing for a postgraduate thing, but the DAF as well as the biological sketch that you have to write, just go back to your childhood days when you used to write that essay on myself. Actually write that, because now there will be so many things that you have to share about yourself, and that will be actually the best way you can draft your DAF or the this biological sketch. And when you actually talk about, so you should have that clarity that whatever you have done goes in what chronology, and whatever you have achieved you can speak about it, you can discuss about it. There's an enough platform about it, so nothing to worry. And lastly, I will just say that the 2 years for this particular course will actually give you a lot of opportunities to look into very many areas, and if you are a person who's interested for this course of livelihoods and social entrepreneurship, you should just keep one thing in mind: it doesn't focus onto any one particular category or section of the society. It looks into the umbrella of everybody who's coming into vulnerable or marginalized section. And some of the courses, they are very specific, but no, livelihoods and social entrepreneurship, I don't think so. They are very specific to only work with one section, but it is largely any section which is coming under this category of one vulnerable and marginalized society is the people that we work with.
One more thing for the interviews, for our friends who might think that language might be a barrier. So there's no language barrier. TISS is known for its diversity. So in our class itself, there are not only people from varying academic backgrounds, but from across India. We have people from south, north, east, everywhere. If you just need to be comfortable. If you want to speak in Hindi, I think the panel which will be our faculty only. Probably is very they are very interested. They would be very keen to know about you more than how well you can communicate in English. That's important, but that's not the basis on which you are selected. So just be you, just be genuine you, and just be passionate just be clear on why you want to join this course, and I think you will make it through that.
So one last question, which generally I would say students have while they are taking admission is, will my background create a connection with this subject, or will I get something, or is there any connection or not? So I would say it's up to you how you find that connection, and every connection is very different and unique in itself. So I would say each of us are having very different backgrounds and different backgrounds in every term, I would say. So that's up to you how you make it, and good luck.
Yeah, good luck.